So in today's video, I did a walking tour of Tallinn, Estonia. It's the capital city of Estonia, which is a small country located on the Baltic Sea. It borders Russia to the east and Latvia to the south. And it's also a very small country in terms of population, with about 1.32 million people. And about half those people live in Tallinn. So the capital contains about 1 in 2 Estonians. And the country is kind of diverse. It has about 25% of the population is of Russian origin, so they're Russian Estonians. And the country itself, though, physically, geographically, is relatively flat and forested with a lot of swamps and lakes and a few hills in different parts of the country. But Tallinn is mostly flat, besides the center hill and the old town. But most of the old part of the city was built when it was under German control, and there's some parts that were built when it was under Danish control in the far past. But overall, the tour was really good. Beautiful day to walk around the city, and I had a great guide that was extremely informative. So I'm glad to be able to share this walking tour with you all. And if you've been watching my content, please like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, just tell people about it. I'm trying to grow this channel so I could do more YouTube stuff full time when I get back home. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. All right, it's a beautiful sunny day here on the streets of Tallinn. So I've got a tour scheduled in about an hour and a half, and I'm just gonna kind of wander around, explore a bit, check out the old part of town. Oh, the streets are really cool. Yeah, these streets are really cool here. I don't think any cars are allowed in this part of town. I think the streets are too narrow. But yeah, look at this cobblestone. It's pretty big. Look at that. It's like a local church with a clock tower. It's like 3 euros entrance. I guess I'll wait till after the tour guide. I'll ask the tour guide which place is actually worth seeing instead of just dropping cash everywhere. Sometimes some places could be like little tourist traps. Oh wow, check that out. Yeah, the square is like crazy. It's so beautiful. It's like so sunny today too. Yeah, so yeah, just more views of the city. I'm gonna actually enter like a park here. Hopefully I'll learn more about this stuff on the tour, so I'll be able to kind of re-go over a lot of this stuff. But right now I'm just kind of taking in like the beautiful day right now. It's pretty cool. Some green spaces. Wow, look at this street. It's pretty narrow in there. I'm gonna have like a little walk in there. And the light is beautiful today. Yeah, the city streets are like really cool. It's like cool little coffee shops and crumble cookies and all kinds of little snacks like donuts and record stores. So yeah, it's a cool little old town so far. I think yesterday I was not feeling it. When I got off the boat, I was feeling a little bit sick, but I feel a little bit better now. So it's a beautiful day. Maybe that helps the sunlight. All right, yeah, check out I think this is like the old city wall up here. I was here yesterday actually. Well, I didn't go down this street, but there's my favorite place, the McDonald's. All right, I actually need to find a new brush. I lost my brush yesterday. I mean, like a flower market here or something. It's pretty cool. It's like the whole way, all the way down to there. It's all flowers. So just check it out. It's pretty cool. It's crazy. It's so cool. It's like this one's like a newer building here.
That would have been just at the end of the road. So this is the point in the old town where actually the town hall is closest to one of these edges, one of the walls. But still, that shows you the scale of the old town. But it is still the old town, and how come nothing looks old? This is all 1950s architecture, although somewhat paradoxically, ironically, the one building which we stop outside of because of these photographs happens to be older than the 1950s, although still more medieval. It's about 120 years old, but it's only a facade that was preserved.
So the Soviets bombed the city in 1944 and did a lot of destruction. They had to rebuild a lot of things, and I think this was one of the few buildings to survive this area. Actually, they destroyed about 15% of Old Town. They said this neighborhood in particular was destroyed. So these are all built. These buildings with like very basic facades are all built during the Soviet period. So from like that gray building there all the way to the end of the block, but somehow this one survived, and you can see the old facade here still with all of its designs. Yeah, so during World War II, Estonia was occupied by the Germans for most of the time, most of the war. The Soviets actually invaded during the invasion of Poland. When the Germans first invaded, they made like a deal to split Poland up with the Russians. And during that time, the Russians took advantage and decided to attack all the former Baltic states as well. But immediately after that, the Germans attacked Russia and occupied this entire area of the Baltics.
Everybody's seen the eastern gate, Viru gate. Just obviously around the corner to the east side. We're on the south side.
So that's what used to be right here. It's called the South Gate. The Russians destroyed it. The Russian Empire. So yeah, when the Russians took over, they demolished all the old German walls and made it more of like an open city. And they built a lot of. This was built under the Russian Empire, just before the Soviet Union. So the square was built under Russian Empire first. It was under St. Peter's. It's called St. Peter's Square. Then, when it became an independent republic, they changed the name to Freedom Square. And under the Soviet Union, it's called Victory Square. And once Estonia got its independence again in the 1990s, they renamed it Freedom Square again. And they just completed this monument to honor the first time the country was independent. Yeah, it's beautiful today. Doing the walking tour now. Oh, so cool. You can see the.
Gather around a little closer.
So if you look at this, it actually shows you like the change in military technology. So it went from defense with arrows, these little slits here. The walls are smaller, and then it goes to this where you have to fit cannons in there, and the walls are thicker to make it withstand cannon shots. So you can see there's some cannonballs stuck in there, and there's some damage from cannonballs on this building. Yeah, there's like multiple walls too. So you breach one wall, then you just have to deal with another wall. Not just that, you're kind of like stuck in here too. So assuming this is the old Russian Orthodox Church, probably built during the Russian Empire times. And it's a heck of a view here. So this one's the church, and the other one over there is the city hall, that one there. There's the new town, the skyscrapers. I had to walk over there to do laundry yesterday. So this used to be like a Danish fortress part right here. And you could see like where people could walk along the tops of the walls. There's like little rooms up there. There's some like creepy statues. Yeah, this is such a cool site. Let's see if it's open after the tour. Maybe I'll be able to go into the museum. So this was originally the old part of Tallinn, which actually comes from the Estonian word that references a Danish fortress that was here. And the original Danish city was built out of wood, and as in this part of the world, as you've heard before, it burned down. So all this stuff here is relatively new. Is built in the 19th century during the Russian period, and I guess these colors are pretty common in Russia. So this is the current Estonian Parliament building. So where their lawmakers meet to pass laws and run the government of the country out of. And it used to be like an old Russian governor's palace. So they kind of just swapped out the government. It's a nice park. This is the park adjacent to the parliament. Yeah, it's like kind of funny. The old parliament buildings fused with the fortress there. So there's like three towers around it. And if you go to the other side, there's like a wall, like an old wall connected to it. It's like a fortress, but it's like two buildings kind of merged together. You can see the other tower there in the corner. But in modern times, actually, Russians make up about a quarter of Estonia's population nowadays. So throughout most of its history, it was actually in discussion of being torn down. And today it's being used more than it ever was. So kind of funny. So this is the Lutheran church, is built by the Germans. It was originally a Catholic church called St. Mary's, but it was reconsecrated to a Lutheran church when there was a Protestant Reformation. But nowadays, the Lutheran church is like has only about 80,000 people. It's like less than half the Russian Orthodox Church. But a majority of Estonians are non-religious, they're atheists. So 60% of the population of Estonia identifies itself as atheist now, and they put more emphasis on like their old folk traditions more than anything. All right, here's another view. Wow, this is incredible. Wow, it's awesome. So you can see the port where I came in from over there. See the ship. It's in a part of town. There's like a new part of town. There's another view of the Gulf of Finland, Baltic Sea. North view of the city. So this is the north of Tallinn. It's a train station and markets located train station. All right, so we're headed down now. Kind of scary. Watch my step. That's such a nice park down here. So look at this is what the city walls look like. They built the houses on top. It's pretty cool. I think this is where the prime minister lives. It's their like head of government. All right, so we just ended the tour in the city hall here, and it's crown. It looks like a church, but it actually is topped by like the first famous Estonian named Old Thomas. So he was the city watchman. Um, the city was actually run by the Germans for hundreds of years, and they operate under German law here. And this story of Old Thomas was that he was a young boy who kind of stormed into a German shooting competition for arrows. I guess he like taught himself how to shoot because Estonians weren't allowed to do a whole lot back then. They were just basically peasants who couldn't do anything, just work in the fields and such. But he came in, stormed in, he won the competition out of nowhere. But the Germans were angry, feeling that he shouldn't have even been able to participate, and they wanted to kill him. But the mayor is like, "No, this kid's good," and he actually made the kid the watchman of the city, employed by the mayor directly, and he did that for the rest of his life. And yeah, he's the first really famous Estonian in history. I'm gonna come here to like the city hall museum. It's now a museum, and this is the bonus museum you guys get to see. All right, so here I'm starting my museum tour. Here's Vana Thomas I was talking about earlier. This current building was built like in the 1400s. This is a really cool building. So I guess this is where the members of the city council used to gather, I assume. Look at that. That's cool. Could imagine the mayor sitting here. Here's, if you feel like reading it, you could pause here. So cool. Yeah, wow. Maybe this was the mayor's office. Let me see. It's a cool office. This is where the kitchen was. It's a cool dragon. All right, so here in the roof, it looks like it's pretty crazy. You can see the timbers here. Definitely has a distinct smell up here for sure. This is crazy. So they would just store building materials here. That's cool. This is with the clock's motor. Some mock-ups. So this is the original purpose of this place, is to store building materials. Some old documents. It shows going back in time, it's like modern times. look at the timbers. It's crazy. Yeah, check out this stove. It's kind of crazy looking. Imagine this thing on fire, like reputting it, it'd look really cool. All right, I'm in another level here. It's just more like offices and stuff. So this is the city of Tallinn right here, and it was called Reval at the time by the Germans. And it was part of a trading network called the Hanseatic League, which was all over the Baltic and the North Sea. So it connected all these different areas here. Most of the largest cities in the Hanseatic are probably like Bremen and Hamburg, along with like Stockholm and stuff like that. These are all connected. Oh, so this plaque marks when Tsar Nicholas came to do like a little tour of the city. So this is 1902. This is written in Russian. Yeah, so the doors are really small here, so I had to duck basically in all of them. People were a lot smaller back then, I suppose. This is what like the fancy people used to wear at the time. The German traders. Some of the material they used to trade inside. Pepper. So some of the soldiers dressed like. You can see how like the drawbridge was to get into the city back in the day. Yeah, so this is how the walls look like back before. It's really cool. You can see where the city was laid out, like all the streets. That's where I was taking some video from earlier. There's the port. I guess this is what Estonians used to wear back in the day. It's more simple clothing. So this building is the oldest pharmacy in continuous use. It's been a pharmacy throughout its entire history, and it was used from started in 1422. So it's what 604 years now. So I don't know if you want to check it out, but it's basically a pharmacy now. There's no photography allowed in there, so sorry, you can see outside of it though. This is really cool. So it has like natural plants out here. It's like a little sample of these plants that have like medicinal qualities to them. You could go through the book here and kind of see what they're about, help you out. That's a good idea. All right, so I am wrapping up today's video. I had a good time doing my walking tour of the city. Learned a lot about Estonian history and a little bit about culture. It's time under like German rule a lot because most of the old town is built during that time period. And I learned a little bit about the Soviet period, but there's a couple of museums I actually want to see. I'm not going to get to see them on this trip, so I guess I'm going to come back to Tallinn just to check out those museums. I think one's about the KGB, and it's located in old it's like an old hotel, but it's still in use now. So it was built in like the 70s. And there's like another one. It's like a gulag or museum, so I want to check that out too. And yeah, if you've been watching my videos, just please like, share, subscribe, and yeah, just pass the word on. I'm gonna keep making these videos for another month, and then I'm gonna go home. want to continue making content like travel related stuff. And yeah, if I get enough support now, build up enough support with these travel and these videos, then I think I'll be able to continue making videos going forward. So, well, thank you. Appreciate it.